Hey, Justin. Right before the 2-minute warning the other night, there was that play you scrambled to the left, we were along the sideline, and you ended up throwing it deep down the middle, overthrew everybody. Jalen was down there. On that play, what have I assume you've watched it again with coaches. What have they said to you in terms of that was kind of one of those risk reward plays where you could have just gone out of bounds and taken the conservative route? Were they glad with the way you handled that? Were they telling you, hey, just go out of bounds? I mean, what kind of was the conversation about that play?
Well, I believe in Jalen Guyton. I know that I tried to give him a chance to go make a play, and I could have made a better ball, but it's a decision that I stuck with, and I believe in the guy that I was throwing to. So I could have been more cautious, but I really believe in that guy.
And that idea, Phillip Rivers was kind of famous where he would kind of sling it. He'd take those chances. Just where do you kind of see yourself in that scale? I mean, are you a kind of a guy like that, or would you rather be more conservative, or just kind of how do you view yourself? I mean, I know it's early in your career, but how do you kind of look at yourself that way?
It's so early. I don't know what to say. I think it's too early to decide that, and obviously I'd love to complete every pass I throw, but it's not going to happen. So I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to throw incompletions, but it's all about learning from them.
And then that idea of trying to sort of toe the line between taking shots, taking chances, and also being conservative. And we know Anthony wants everyone to take care of the ball. How do you feel about that right now in your development? Is that something you're comfortable with? Is it something it's going to be a process? It's going to take a little while to try to get to where you can kind of feel comfortable whether this is a time to take a shot or I'm just going to go out of bounds here and get on to the next play.
Yeah, well, I don't think I should ever feel comfortable. I think I should always be alert and prepared to take care of the ball and run it out of bounds and making smart decisions. So it should never feel easy or anything like that out there. But just doing my best to make completions, move the ball, and do my job.
Okay, thank you.
Michael.
Hey, Justin, Mike Williams missed last week and then has been kind of hobbled with a shoulder injury. And I think that big catch he had up the left sideline was the first kind of 50-50 ball that you've thrown him. What was it like kind of going through the Williams experience with him being able to come down with that?
Yeah, he's an incredible player. Anytime you see one-on-one matchup with him, it's not 50-50 like you mentioned. And just – the way he's able to go up and get the ball is pretty incredible, and I'm really glad to have him on our team.
What would you say your confidence level was when that ball left your hand?
Very high, very high.
Very high. And was he the initial read the whole way, or was there something else that maybe you're supposed to look at, but you just kind of pulled the trigger on that one?
Well, it's either or on the outside, and the way the safety was playing it, Mike gave him a pretty good chance, and so just knew I had to get the ball up, get it out there, and he was going to go up and grab it.
Thank you.
Joe.
Justin, on throws like that to Mike, how much of it is working with him during training camp or asking him to what spot he wants you to put the ball in?
That's more about the spot. That's a great point because, I haven't really had a lot of chances to throw that ball to Mike before. And so that's just talking in preparation before the week, during the week at practice. This is the ball. This is the spot you need to throw the ball on the red line. And he just went up and made a great catch.
Just in terms of working with receivers and throwing it to the right spot and everything, how much of that the past 3-4 weeks and maybe during the preseason was it looking at film and trying to figure out what that is?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation, especially learning a new offense. And, you kind of got to see this is the spot where the ball needs to be put. You can't be late, you can't be early, and so it's trial and error, and it's going through practice. And I think I missed a couple in the game, but it's all about learning from them, and I know I'll be better on the next time.
And then just during the bye week, what are you hoping to work on, or are you hoping to get away for a couple days? A lot of film watching, or just what's the plan until you guys are back into the building next Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, for me personally, gonna get my body back, do some stretching, running, lifting. Watch a little bit of film, but definitely try and maybe take a break here and there. But it's a good week for all of us, all of our guys to get their bodies back.
Okay, thanks.
Gilbert.
Yeah, Justin, when you get into a good rhythm like you were in the first half on Monday and you're making all these throws, what's that feeling like? Does it feel like a basketball player making 3-pointers? Or how do you kind of describe that feeling?
It's a lot of fun out there. Whenever you get to move the ball as well as we did in the first half, it's a lot of fun. When you're putting up points, it's even better. And so that's something that, we should have done better in the third quarter and fourth quarter. But I know putting together a full, consistent game is something that we're trying to do.
When you get in a groove like that, do you have to kind of tell yourself, all right, be a little cautious, don't get too aggressive, kind of play into the system, or do you ever talk to yourself about stuff like that?
Yeah, you can never get too high and never too low. And so it's somewhere right in the middle. And as long as you can ride that out for the entire game, you're in a pretty good spot.
And Justin, it kind of feels like everything's gone fast from that training camp where you threw an interception at Melvin Ingram, and now you're kind of going toe to toe with all these big time teams. I guess, have you had a moment to kind of think about how much you improved since August?
It's gone by really fast, and it's kind of been a blur. But I think the interception to Melvin, I think he's just an incredible player, and that's just something you got to learn as a quarterback in the game. No, it's been a lot of fun, and the guys here are special, and I know we got a special team, and it's all just about executing at this point, and I know we're gonna get it right.
Do you feel like kind of that moment where you took your second team against the first team defense kind of helped you where you are right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anytime you get to go against a defense like that, you're going to learn from it. And marching out there with the second guys, it was a good time for us to go out there. A great opportunity to go play against one of the best defenses in the country. And it was a lot of fun, and we ended up learning a lot from it.
Thank you, Justin.
Fernando.
Hey, Justin. Do you feel like during training camp, practicing with the 2s and 3s kind of helped you to this point right now? I mean, there's been games where you haven't had Mike Williams. There's been games you didn't have Keenan last game for 3 quarters. Do you feel like you kind of, because of that, you're able to spread the ball around? You know where Donald likes the ball, where Tyron likes the ball, where Jalen likes the ball, and then obviously where Keenan and Mike kind of want the ball. Do you feel like that kind of helped you with your development?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think it's a chance to kind of be able to meet and throw the ball to a lot of guys that you don't get just with the first group. And injuries are going to happen. It's a part of the game, and guys are going to have to step up. And like the past couple of weeks, Jalen Guyton and Tyron and all these guys have stepped up huge. And I've been privileged enough to throw with them for the past couple of months. So it definitely helped all of us out.
And then going back to oh my God. Okay, sorry, I just completely spaced out. My bad. Going to towards the bye week. How do you evaluate yourself, and how have you evaluated these last 4 games?
Yeah, just got to keep watching the film. We did some great things and we did some not so great things, and so it's all about fixing those not so great things. And we're going to watch the film and some poor decisions, some poor throws, things that I could have fixed in protections, a lot of things that I could have done better. I'm going to learn them, pick up from them, and get better with it.
And do you feel like you kind of have developed that chemistry with Keenan, with Mike, with Hunter? And do you feel like you've developed that within these 4 games, or do you feel like there's still room for improvement?
I think a ton. I think they're such good receivers that I just have to put the ball in the general vicinity, and I know they're going to come down with it. And so I don't think it takes as long with them because they're just exceptional players. So it makes my job a lot easier.
And then going up against Patrick, going up against Tom, going up against Drew and Teddy, what do you think is the best piece of advice you've received from those veteran quarterbacks in the league?
Patrick, he told me that, he learned how to not take so many shots. And I took a couple in the first couple of weeks, and I needed to be smarter about that. And I really appreciate him telling me that. But just some of the older guys, they said, keep working. I was always a big fan of those guys. So been really fun to watch and play against them and just keep getting better.
Cam.
Hey, Justin, thanks for making time for us. Have you found it difficult over the past few weeks to kind of, though you guys haven't won, you've played really well. Obviously, there's room for improvement, but overall, you play very well. Have you find it difficult to enjoy some of that success that you're having?
It's been a lot of fun out there. It's definitely tough not winning these games, but just to be out there, it's a great opportunity to be with our teammates and get better, and just thankful to still be playing football.
How often did you watch the game on Monday night? Have you watched that yet? And then how often, if you watch it, how often do you watch those games, the film?
Yeah, we've watched it, and we'll watch it a couple times just to go through it and learn from it. But when the game's over, you got to move on and learn from it and move on to the next one.
So after reviewing the game film, what are some of the glaring improvements that you're looking to improve upon for next game?
Yep, keep stepping up in the pocket, figuring out how to maneuver the pocket, and keep making smart decisions and not trying to force the ball deep or late over the middle.
Okay, and you kind of touched on it a moment ago. You said you want to do some stretching, get in the weight room, get your body back, but then you also want to take some get away from the game a little bit. How do you plan on getting away from the game? Have you found a fishing hole around here? What's your plans?
Not yet. I might go golfing or something like that, but haven't figured it out yet.
Thanks for your time, sir.
Dennis.
Good morning, Justin. In terms of mechanics, is there anything in particular that you feel like you've worked on or improved on since training camp?
I think footwork has been huge. Stepping into an under center type team is foreign to me. And so being able to pick up on the 5-step drop, the 7-step drop, play action stuff, I think Coach Steichen and Coach Hamilton and I, we've done a great job working that.
Speaking of Coach Hamilton, is there anything in particular that you learn from him every week, that you take from him every week?
Yeah, he's been great about that. He's always told me it's always about the next play. Whether it's a touchdown, an interception, incompletion, doesn't matter. You're moving on to the next play, and it's all about 73 individual games, and each play is a game. And so it's all about moving on to the next one and winning the next one.
And finally, I wanted to ask you, is there a particular thing or that has helped you not to be overwhelmed by the moment that you're in right now?
Yeah, I'm just trying to have fun. Just go out there, play relaxed, have fun, and realize that I get to play the sport that I love for a living, and always trying to get better, be the best teammate, quarterback, friend, son, what I can do to get better and go out there and have fun.
All right. Thank you.
Shawn.
Hey, Justin. You talked about Pat saying not to take as many shots. How do you do that? Is it just a matter of just kind of just going down, or like take us kind of into that process?
Yeah, it's sliding at the right moment, running out of bounds, getting the ball out, just being smart.
And then in terms of this season, you're a lot of people around the league are talking about you. People are saying great things about you, but so far you're still looking for that first win. How do you kind of balance all of that, taking the good along with, still looking for that first win?
Yeah, well, I think one of the great things we do here is that, I focus on what our coaches, what our teammates, what our players are saying. And we've done a good job of kind of avoiding the noise and all the extra stuff. So we've kept our focus in-house, and it's all about getting better. So we watch the film and we have meetings later today. There are going to be plenty of plays that, we're going to talk about and say, what, I could have done better here or there. But it's all about improving.
And then personally, how would you evaluate yourself, these first few starts?
I think, I've given my best effort, and I can always do more, and I can always get better. So we're going to watch the film, and I know that there are plenty of things that I can do better, just like I mentioned, and just thankful to be here still and working and doing all the things that we do here. Really looking forward to the next couple of games.
Thanks.
Speaking of those meetings, we got time for one more for you, Justin. Joe Reedy, go ahead.
Justin, your blitz numbers and QB rating facing the blitz are off the charts. Has that always been something that you've excelled at, or where have you learned as far as passing and beating the blitz at?
Yeah, I think it's a great protection plan that Coach Ridgely, Coach Campen, Coach Steichen have put together, and I think it's also having a great offensive line and great running backs that are great in pass protection. And so when all those pieces come together, I think it makes me look a lot better than what's really going on.
Okay, and then your freshman year at Oregon, the team struggled and there was a lot of issues on and off the field. What did you learn from that freshman year that maybe is helping you during your rookie year so far?
Yeah, everyone has to stick together. That freshman year was tough. People kind of splintered off, and could have gone a million ways. But over the course of the years, we stuck together as a locker room, as a team, and went from 4-8 to 12-2, and that's all what it's about. It's about sticking together, riding with your guys, having their backs, and staying loyal to your team.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Justin, thanks for the time.
Thank you, guys.